Is collaboration overload hindering your productivity? Collaboration has become the default approach to problem solving in many organizations. But there is a downside to too much teamwork. By Nicola Heath. This article has been edited for audio purposes. Article begins. For a long time, collaboration has been a buzzword in the workplace. According to popular belief, a group working collaboratively can produce better results than an individual. As summed up in the adage, two heads are better than one. While this may have proved true in the past, research is beginning to show that in some instances, collaboration can hamper productivity. According to a report published in the Harvard Business Review, collaborative activities such as attending meetings and responding to emails account for as much as 80% of employees' time in many organizations, leaving little time to complete essential tasks. The consequences of this phenomenon, described as collaboration overload, include declines in performance and increased employee burnout and turnover. Research also shows that collaboration doesn't always deliver a return on investment. A 2023 study found that, in many cases, collective decision-making did not improve accuracy and took longer than an individual working alone. How can organizations redesign teamwork to avoid collaboration overload? Collaboration isn't always the answer. Collaboration is a valuable tool for accessing collective intelligence to solve problems or create value within organizations. However, its popularity means it has become the default in many settings. Professor Anya Johnson from the University of Sydney Business School says, "People assume that collaboration is the best way of approaching all problems, but we need to be much more selective." She says that collaboration is useful in solving sticky problems, where the outcome is uncertain, rather than straightforward scenarios where practices are already in place. She adds, "The challenge of collaboration is 1. It takes time. You can't do it quickly. And 2. It takes energy. So people invest time in identifying solutions. If there's too much collaboration, there's a danger we create too much complexity in the solutions we're creating." Anya Johnson says, "It's not just about solving the problem. It's also about engaging people and getting their buy-in for the solution. If people don't see outcomes, then they're going to start disengaging from collaboration." Redesigning collaboration. Leadership expert Simon Dowling says one of the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic has been a reassessment of collaboration in many organizations. The post-pandemic return to the office has triggered conversations about how to foster collaboration, what form it should take, and the desired outcomes. Simon Dowling says, "Organizations are focused on working towards productive collaboration, rather than just engaging in collaboration for collaboration's sake. It's not enough to simply encourage people to collaborate more often, or to stick it up on a poster. It requires design, asking, what are the outcomes we're looking for? Who are the right people to include? And how do we give people the skills to design it themselves?" Simon Dowling argues that knowing when not to collaborate is just as important. He says, "Sometimes people collaborate because they feel like it's expected of them, but the decision is already made. In this situation, collaboration becomes window dressing, which undermines trust in a big way." Cost is another factor. Simon Dowling says, "In a crisis, the cost of collaboration may outweigh its benefit because the customer issue needs to be resolved straight away, or that employee complaint needs to be addressed immediately, so we need to move fast." He adds that collaboration also risks diluting expertise. He says, "I see this a lot. There are 1 or 2 people who have deep expertise in an area, but the default towards collaboration means decisions get made by a group of less qualified people. As a result, you get watered-down democratic decisions that aren't necessarily the best outcome." Make collaboration more effective. Anya Johnson believes effective collaboration begins with divergent thinking, where people brainstorm ideas, however left field, before the team converges on the best solutions. She says, It's important to set the right tone so people feel safe to open their thinking, so no idea is a bad idea. Simon Dowling says that language also matters, that productive collaboration is value-focused, with a clear target. He also recommends being clear about what collaboration is, and what it isn't. He says, collaboration is where you're very consciously bringing people together to invest their time and energy in a project, because working together will deliver a better outcome than doing it alone. That's different from cooperation, where people are helpful and available to assist one another when they're asked to or are willing to ask for help. That's different, again, from connection, which I can do through having a chat with you while we're making a coffee together to find out what's going on in your team at the moment.